Well, I haven't live streamed in about 2 months. I'll get into that. We also have Hyperland today. We're going to be switching to Wayland for the, I don't know. I've lost count of how many times. And, and then we're going to talk about Wayland support coming for Synergy 3 because that's one of my big sticking points with Wayland. And then maybe we're not going to do GitHub issues. I've been putting it off for like 2 months. Let's just put it off for another day. I have been, I've been better. I've been better. We all go through stages. I've done content creation for over 6 years now, which is kind of insane. And, you know, there's certain things I love about it, certain things I hate about it. Yesterday I did a video, Windows to Linux for power users. I like how that video turned out. I mean, it could have been better, but overall, me not producing much videos is about the best I could hope for from a recording standpoint, because I don't script anything. I just kind of wing it. And that's just my style. Yeah, I know. I should probably hire a team of people and all that. I've done this long enough. I'm just like, that's never going to happen. I just like doing this. So, I always just kind of like, hey, what's interesting? Let's get that. And that's where I've always been with content creation. But yeah, getting into programming some more and those types of things, I've had just a ball. I've just had so much fun making projects, and I miss you guys too. Thank you so much for all the support. I was like, I don't even know how to hit streaming live anymore. But yeah, I just today I was sitting here and I was like, God bless, I got to do this Wayland thing. I got to do Hyperland. This is gonna take some hours of work, and I was like, I want a record in a live stream to at least look back on, because I love to see my progress. Like, you can go back to the other versions of Hyperland I've tried in past years and where I failed, and I always kind of thought, when it comes to any video you view of mine, the beauty of what, for me, better or worse, this is a flaw, a strength, I don't know, you be the judge. I always will try different things, and my opinions will change. Drives some people crazy. It doesn't really work for content creation, I guess, because everyone, the structure of how everybody works is usually you say one thing, people get on board with you on that one thing, but let's say you get some more knowledge along the way and some more things and facts come into play, and you're like, oh, well, that one thing I said doesn't really apply anymore. I now have to change my opinion. And people they're not very receptive to a change of opinions. They call you a fence rider, they come and attack you. But at the end of the day, all I really care about is learning the most I can and then just getting really, really good at that. And if that means I have to change my opinion on something because new facts came into play, I change my opinion, and that pisses a lot of people off. And it's not very good for content creation. I'm not going to say I'm going to change, because fuck them. Sorry for the language, but seriously, I'm just here to learn and get better. And whatever that looks like, I'm going to attack it. I'm going to get it. So sorry for that, but yeah, it's a Chris stream. That's what we got. That's where I'm at. I've just accepted this is what you get. And I'm never going to change. Now, having said that, let's get some Hyperland action. Let's go. Let's get this going. I love it. Yeah, it's going to be a disaster today. So buckle up. I don't anticipate this going very well, because Hyperland, anytime I touch it, it's like me installing Debian. I'm a bit cursed. But I love doing it live because I love showing the actual experience. Because sometimes everyone loves these little 10-minute YouTube videos. This is not a 10-minute YouTube video. If you're here for that, just click off now. This is going to be hours of pain followed by me going, screw it, I'm going back to DWM because it just works. That's what I anticipate. But there's a chance. There's a chance my opinion could change today. Today might be the day. It's a new year. We're going to get it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, enough chat. Enough chitter chatter. Thank you guys so much for the subs too, by the way. Oh my God, I don't even have my alerts up. Holy crap. Where are those? Maybe. Yes, yes. There we go. All right, yes, yes. Oh, geez. I ran out of space. Let me just tackle them here. Gaming Evel, dude. I just want to say thank you guys so much because you've been with me forever. There's been people that have watched me for 6 years, and that's just insane. So thank you, Gaming Evolution. You've been around for a long time, 15 months. OM, 3A. Oh my gosh, Mathis, Smeary. Thank you guys. I love it. And you guys over on YouTube too. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I know y'all are second-class citizens on the live stream, but I still love you guys too. So let's get it. Let's get some Hyprland action going. Now, I found a new project the other day, and I did it on my laptop. And the experience was nothing short of magical. However, this system's been around for a while now. Now, this is the longest running Linux system I've ever done. Facts. Like, I have always screwed up a system before 1 year. We're coming up on a year. So, I mean, we still got about 70 days left. So, there's still time for me to screw it up before we hit the 365. But, I mean, Arch is looking pretty good. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty wild. So, just excited. I'm just excited for this. Let's go. So there's this new one I found, and it's actually part of the official Hyprland wiki because this guy has done such a good job with his scripts. Now, if you've ever tried to like pimp out your Linux and make it look cool, like you see on the screenshots, it usually ends in disaster and heartache. But yesterday I ran this guy's script on my laptop because I was like, I'm just not liking what I got going on. And it worked perfect. And I was just like, that never happens. So it's J.A. Coolit. This guy on GitHub. And I am just huge. What is going on with my green screen? Ain't nobody want to see my giant dome that big. You need to turn me down. All right, there we go. So anyways, a passionate Linux enthusiast from South Korea, Philippines. And he has done something I've never seen before in the Linux realm. He's made scripts for Arch, Fedora, Debian, NixOS, and Ubuntu. What a Chad. What a complete Chad. So I used Ubuntu Hyprland because I was on a specific Linux laptop that I didn't want to switch off of Ubuntu because they had specific kernel optimizations from the manufacturer, because I was using a K-Focus laptop. I've used K-Focus for years now. They have a good relationship with them, and I talk to one of their engineers whenever I have laptop questions in Linux because those guys see a lot, and it makes things easier for me. So I never really switch off of it. They usually ship like Ubuntu, and I usually like, yeah, cool. And then I always get off of KDE and usually just install a window manager alongside of it. So then I can always just use any of their tools, but also have all the kernel optimizations and then also have all my customizations so it looks good. And I kind of have the same workflow. So I didn't want to switch it. So I was like, this guy has an Ubuntu Hyprland. Tried that yesterday. Worked so good. And I was like, that's odd. So let's go to Arch Hyprland today. And I have not tried this. I have not run it. I have not done anything to my system. And what we're going to do is just kind of blast out what we have here. Now this is a weird setup. This is going to be NVIDIA. It's going to be Arch. And I don't anticipate this working very well. So no knock on him if this doesn't work. I just don't anticipate it to work. I think the chances of success are like 6.9%. So that's what we're going for. And yeah, first off, let's just see what we have in my config folder, because I want to give this the best shot possible. And I don't want any like cosmic or waybar existing problems. So let's remove waybar. And I don't think I have any Hyprland set up here. Let's remove kitty and kitty back. What else do we have that might... we do have ng panel and launchers. I think we'll be okay with some of this stuff. Let's remove ml4w in ml4w settings. 4w, because this was the last time I tried Hyprland. We had that there. And what I'm trying to do now is just kind of clear out any user settings for... I have installed a ton of crap on this. Too much. But I think that should be enough to get us going. All right. So let's go GitHub. And we're going to just start here. So we're going to clone this to there. Arch Hyprland. We're going to install Gravy. I guess it doesn't matter. I didn't just switch to GitHub. Anyways, we'll just do it. Pulse Audio is installed. Uninstall it first or edit the install.ssh. Execute pip. Okay. You know what? Let's just purge Pulse. Looks like we're having a problem there. What's the command? Anybody in Arch? I need an Arch user in chat. What's the command to just specify every single dependency when you do a full removal? That breaks everything and removes... Yeah, Razzo. Thank you. I knew you. I knew chat knew. Let's go nsdd. RNS, that's right, yeah. All right, so we're going to remove that package. Pulse Audio. Yes. Now, I think you can just do like RNS Pulse Audio too. See, I kind of wanted to go back through and get all the dependencies too. Breaks dependency pulse. So what we could do is like an RNS. Let's see how much stuff it rips out. Oh, no, it got rid of that too. Okay, well. Yeah. Yeah, we could have just done RNS. But yeah, Pulse Audio looks like it's gone. So anyway, let's try that. And we're now going. Now, before we go here too, let's try that Pipewire script in here. Because he did say... let's go install scripts. I think there was a Pipewire install in here. I kind of want to just run that Pipewire just to see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pipewire package install failed. Now, I had some weird stuff going on because I was trying to run DaVinci Resolve. Now, we have Pipewire there already. Okay. It's probably because there's no file for that. Okay, that's okay. Let's go. I just wanted to make sure Pipewire is going to install okay. So let's go install sh. All right. If you're installing a VM, yeah, we're not. This is going to be bare metal. And would you like to use preset settings? Sure. Oh, shit. One second. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. No. Choosing yes will preset question to install also NVIDIA stuff. I kind of want to just see what the settings are. Let's go yay. Yes. Let's go yes on that. Configure Bluetooth. No. Thunar. Yeah, I use Thunar. Yeah, let's go with that. Install SDDM. Sure. Yep. SSH, ZSH. No, I don't like ZSH. No. Asus ROG laptop's gross. Do you want to download pre-installed? Yes. Now we're good. So this is going to be interesting. Just use ALSA for real. That's true. That's the surefire way to actually get things to work, isn't it? Now, I wonder. My chat over there is just a little wonky. Let me fix that. All right, here we go. Yeah, there's fixing that. Thanks, Sasha. It's good to be back. I've always loved live streaming. If I could just live stream every day, I would. Why DVR disabled? Oh, well, don't worry. I always publish it afterwards. I forget. There was some reason why I always set that as default. Can't remember now what that reason was. I'll have to get back to you on that. I forgot what you look like. Oh God, I got the best. So I was posting on my video yesterday, the whole Windows to Linux power user, and someone told me the best comment of the day. This is the glory of being a YouTuber. I needed to update my thumbnails because I look old. I look really old now compared to when I shot my thumbnail, and I was like, damn, this last year must have been pretty rough. It was such a funny comment. I couldn't help but laugh. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was like, that's fucking brutal. But I got a chuckle out of it at least. I was like, yeah, touche. I do need to update my thumbnails. I have been using the same one for, I think, over a year. So it's always been the same headshots because how I do thumbnails, a little bit behind the curtain here. I do a video of me making a bunch of weird faces because that's what YouTubers do. And I do it for like 2 minutes straight. And then I take a screenshot about every second and go pop, 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 and get about 100 thumbnails. And then I use the script to basically strip out the background. So then I just have a PNG of my smiling mug. And then I just have a whole bunch of iterations of that. And then I throw them into a folder. And then when I go to make my thumbnails, I just go drag, drop, drag, drop, drag, drop for like 100 videos. And that's pretty much how I do it. It's makes my thumbnails go, it takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to make a thumbnail. That's the beauty of making over 1,000. No, probably 2,000 thumbnails. So yeah, I've got it down to a very, very efficient process. Now you can use AI. Oh God, that's hilarious. You replay the Chris gets mad moment. Yeah. Oh, that was such a good clip, Caleb. What's your opinion of DeepSeek? Oh God, I've seen so many hot takes on DeepSeek. Yeah, no, Game Fame, I'm back. I'm really live. Yeah, so DeepSeek, here's the thing, like there's so much hype and so many people are just like they gobble up news articles and stuff. And actually I don't think there's anybody that actually uses their brain anymore, which is kind of hilarious to me. So this is going to sound like I'm talking out of two sides of my mouth when I talk about DeepSeek and OpenAI. But these are all facts. Things I've actually gone out and I've done. Hell, we even have DeepSeek on here. So if you want to try it out, we can do that after this gets done. And it's better. It's better than ChatGPT. The truth of the fact is DeepSeek is a better reasoning model. It's more efficient. It does, I think it's like a mixture of ideas. So instead of tossing a question in a giant LLM like ChatGPT with OpenAI does, and then it feeds it all into this giant brain, it basically can use a sliver of those resources and say, you know what, this is a coding question. I don't need to feed it to the entire model. I can just do it to a subset, which makes it much more efficient. On top of that, they've done distillation. Would you like? Yes. They've done distillation using OpenAI models. They've stolen some of that. Now, some people have gone like, well, that's not fair. They've stolen from OpenAI. And I'm like, dude, OpenAI stole all this crap from us, and they closed sourced it after they stole all our works. At least DeepSeek's leaving it open. Now, here's where I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. Should you use DeepSeek? Should you go use the app on whatever DeepSeek's website is? No, you should use that maybe locally or run your own system. But the beauty of this is it's all open source, where OpenAI's model's closed source, and it's just better. But there is political censoring built into the model itself. So if you do, the whole Tiananmen Square thing from 1989, it's going to block that because this is a China-based model. So there is things in there, but it's open source. So we can use DeepSeek and what they've done and how they've done some of the reasoning the models to make even better models. So no, you probably shouldn't use DeepSeek. Yes, it is better than ChatGPT, but it is heavily politically censored from China, and something better is going to come along, and DeepSeek's probably going to be responsible for that better thing, but it won't have nearly some of the political drawbacks. So there is your complete answer of what's going on. Yes, DeepSeek does beat ChatGPT. No, they didn't just steal their model and copy paste things like some. I saw one video the other day and I was like, this guy's stupid. He doesn't get it. They've done a lot better job than OpenAI and a lot of the counterparts, and they are pushing things forward, and they're open sourcing it, which is fantastic. So I'm here for it, but will I use DeepSeek in my day-to-day? Absolutely not. But that's not to say it's not a good thing. And I'm loving OpenAI getting a little taste of their own medicine of their stealing. So that's the long story of it. Take that what you will. But yeah, I think it's a great thing. I think everybody should be happy about this, but you shouldn't just go run out and go, let me install DeepSeek on my phone. Don't be that person. Whew, God bless. You'd have to. That'd be a little rough. So I don't recommend that. I'm not saying that. But I'm very happy about the evolution of everything. Okay, stop and read. I got to read here. Let's see what we got. Now that you got that little snippet from DeepSeek, now you kind of get the whole picture of what's going on with that. So a lot of people like to bring politics and all these other things for it, but the end all too long didn't watch of any of all these videos and articles is, yes, DeepSeek is better than ChatGPT. Yes, it is heavily politically censored. Yes, both OpenAI and DeepSeek are capturing your data and using it for Lord knows what, and you shouldn't trust any of them. But I love the fact DeepSeek has pushed things forward. They've open sourced things, and now we can steal from them and make even better models. So all around, it's a good thing. It's a win-win. Correct US keyboard. Let's go there. All right, is this correct? Yes. NeoVim is detecting. Do you want to make? Yeah. No, I'm at 1080, man. I'm an old man. Let's do that. 1080. Do you want to go 24-hour or 48-hour? I really don't care. Yeah, sure. We're American. We'll do 12-hour. Rainbow border animation is enabled. Yeah, disable that. I ain't into rainbow border animations. That sounds crazy. Arg config files and config. Do you want to replace arg config? Sure. Yeah. Fast fetch config. Do you want to replace fast fetch? Yeah, show me your fast fetch. I can always replace it with my own. Rofi, yep. Oh, do we want to download additional wallpapers? Sure. Give me a bunch of anime girls. We'll filter through and delete all the ones we don't like. 12 hour, absolutely barbaric. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. I think it's going to be fun. This is going to be a good one, man. I'm telling you. Some essential package may not be installed. See above. No, looks like all of them are. You can start Hyprland by typing Hyprland. Okay, yep. It's highly recommended you reboot your system. You want to reboot now? Sure. Ooh, actually, no. One thing before we reboot. Okay. Now we can reboot. You know, one of these days I'm going to install Catchy OS. One of these days. But for today, Arch still reigns supreme. I mean, Catchy's just a fork of Arch, so maybe I won't ever install it on my bare metal. Arch is really the best. Arch and Debian. Choose wisely. Everything else is just a fork. Well, except for Fedora. Fedora is still its own thing. But we don't talk about Fedora. Do we need a ban? Do we need to ban the spammer? Oh, fun fact. I actually had a bug on my system. So I couldn't use my mechanical keyboard to select out of my grub system. If this ever happens to you, and now it wouldn't happen on all my systems, it was just this one system it did this to, I had to disable fast boot in my BIOS, and then I could use my keyboard in grub. So if you ever run into a system where you're like, oh crap, my keyboard stopped working when it's in grub, and it just doesn't work, guess what? It's because fast boot's enabled from the BIOS, and for some odd reason, this is an HP system, which I'm not a big fan of HP. But if you do run into it, disable fast boot, and you'll get keyboard access back. Fun fact. So if you do run into that, there's your tech tip of the day. Oh, okay. I can see now we're talking, Ahmed. Just use the Catchy kernel on Arch. No need to run the whole distro. Now that's a good tidbit. Now that I can get behind. We got the wolf security on our side. Why HP? Oh God, I hate this story. I'll go ahead and tell it because it's been 2 years and y'all deserve it. Why am I using an HP Xeon workstation? Because someone contacted me in an email and said, hey, it's Bob here with superworkstations.com. We want to send you a system we'd like you to review on your channel, your YouTube channel. Real generic email. I could tell old Bob, which I don't know if that was his name. We're just going to call him Bob because I like that name. And I was like, yeah, Bob, that sounds good. However, I don't actually charge money for reviews. Shenanigans. Oh, what happened here? Shenanigans. Did I bug out? Oh, no. Something else happened. I broke my system, guys. So anyways, getting back to my story and my no input signal. And thank you so much for all those gifted subs. Did anybody catch who did it? Tyler? Thank you. I broke it. We kind of knew that was going to happen. 1 second. I'll have to continue my story in a second. It's okay. That's why we got TTY. Yeah, that's broken. All right. Something broke. All right, well, let me finish this story and then we'll troubleshoot what happened with my system and how I blew it up. It was a lot of shenanigans, aptly timed there for the gifted subs there on YouTube. I don't have my other monitor to scroll back, but I will get to remind me. Remind me. Anyways, so Bob from Super Workstations contacted me, and I was like, Bob, I don't accept money for products just out of sheer principle. But I tell you what, Bob, what are you sending me? And he's like, well, we happen to have this Xeon server with a NVIDIA A100 in it that we'd love you to do some like LLM testing on. And I was like, yeah, Bob, that's not really my jam, but why don't you throw like a 4090 in there and then just send me the whole system, and my fee will be I get to keep everything when I'm done. Bob was like, yeah, I don't know about that. I was like, all right, Bob, well, it's good talking to you. And then Bob comes back a little while later and says, well, we can give you a 4070 Super and the system. And I was like, bet. Let's go. Let's go, Bob. Send that bad boy over. And that's why I'm using the HP Wolf. It's a crazy expensive workstation desktop. It's like around 4,000 or 5,000, I think, for the base. You throw the 4070 in there, probably about 5K, 5 or 6K, all loaded down. And it's been a good system for the most part, other than having to deal with HP's shitty BIOS. I hate HP's BIOS. But I got through and disabled most of the stuff and got it into a really good spot. So that's it. The game station is what we should call it. Now that story's done, we can do Hyprland. One gripe about Hyprland starting off here. This is such a stupid gripe, but it's funny nonetheless. The flashbang BIOS. I like to think of it as the BIOS that keeps you awake when inevitably the system breaks at 2 a.m. The bright light activates all that blue light, floods your retinas. Okay, Hyprland gripe number one. This is so stupid. Vaxry, if you ever watch this video, bro, why in the hell is when you launch Hyprland, the H capitalized and then everything else in your entire software suite lowercase? Like, this makes no logical standardization sense, much like some things in Linux. But, dude, why is the H caps? And you might be thinking, does caps really matter? Well, yeah. Yeah, they do. Like, here. Hyprland. Oh, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. It did launch, although it did crash. So, shit. He did fix that. Good job, Vaxry. Sorry, I was about to rip into you about the uppercase, lowercase. But lowercase did work. And now this isn't showing anything. So we're just going to leave that out. Black screen on this side. No input. Let's see. Well, that's why we got more TTYs. TTY 4 now. So what is happening here? Yeah, let's PS Ox and then grep land. Yeah, we got lots of Hyprland going on, right? We could just do a pkill Hyprland. Pkill Hyprland with a cap. Uh-oh. Hey! Okay, there we go. So we could switch over into DWM. How are we going to troubleshoot the log files here? Let's just go back into DWM. There's got to be something something we can do on the log file side of things, right? Systemd start on hyprland.org. We can try that out. Cache Hyprland. All right, let's go cache Hyprland. Ah, there we go. I hate this new keyboard I got. It's awful. Let me shame this keyboard manufacturer real fast. You see this? Fancy, cool looking mechanical keyboard. It is a Corsair K70 RGB core mechanical keyboard. It is a pile of shit. Don't buy this thing. It is awful. Corsair, do better, because this thing sucks. Where to start with it? Key presses sometimes register double keys. It's loud. It's kind of obnoxious. It feels bad. There's no clicky at the bottom. It is linear key switches, which I could switch out. But overall, 3 out of 10. Don't buy this piece of crap. Anywho, let's look at the crash report. Getting back into it. Why use it then? Because I'm cheap. I just use what's in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, it still works. That's where the 3 out of 10 comes from. Oh, this is old. This is really old, isn't it? What year? What is this, last year? This crash report is from July. Is it? Where did you see that? Oh. All right. Yeah, that's not the same. So did we have an old version of Hyprland installed? Can we go like Hyprland -- version or something? Oh. What's the version of Hyprland right now? Is it 0.4? Okay, 4.1 is the latest. Okay, good. Well then. Oh, I started Hyprland wrong. Okay, AH has been screaming at me in chat. Appreciate you, AH. He usually always steers me in the right direction. All right, wiki, Hyprland. The Hyprland community has always been so patient with me. Useful utilities. System D start. All right, let's just go useful utilities. System D start. Oh, start. Okay, there we go. Oh, System D was capitalized S. UWSM. Okay. I wonder what UWSM is. All right, let's install first, ask questions later. That's how I roll. All right, so install, done. Launching Hyprland with UWSM. Pay attention to warnings. I'm not good at that. That's why I got chat. To launch Hyprland with UWSM, add this code to your shell profile. Cool. Is there a better way of doing that? That seems kind of jank. Really? To your shell profile. What do they mean by that? Not like bash RC, but right? There is using a display manager. If you use a display manager, choose Hyprland USM - manage entry in the desktop manager selection menu. Oh, okay. I got you. So UWSM is Universal Wayland Session Manager is recommended to start. This is new. I've never done this before. All right, cool. Well, let's do it, y'all. P-kill that. Kick us back to SDDM. And then we just click this. Then we grab US Managed Hyprland. Okay. Does that give me anything? Unfortunate. Well, anybody else got any bright ideas here? I think it's some with NVIDIA. What do y'all think? I'm going to blame NVIDIA on this one. Hey, Tux, how's it going, man? All right, well. Oh, hey, we got an error. What do we got here? Hey, you, yes, you, further logs, std log out by default by sending this log, blah, 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 blah. Follow the white rabbit. No, that's not what it's saying. Error parsing, garbage. Got it. Error reading events, display broken pipe. Not good. Nope. Broken pipes. No one likes a broken pipe. Fatal display error, broken pipe. I'm guessing that's probably going to be an issue. Failed to connect. Okay. Let's go DKMS NVIDIA display driver. I like where your head's at. Let's do there. Let's do that. Let's go remove NVIDIA. What do we have? Oh, we're using NVIDIA LTS. Shall we move to non-LTS? Let's just purge NVIDIA LTS. Alrighty. Now let's purge. What is NVIDIA at right now? Now, all right, let's remove NVIDIA. Yeah. Yes. All right, let's install NVIDIA DKMS, and we're going to go to a kernel module. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, I do have the LTS kernel. That is not lost on me. If I haven't broken Arch in 300 days, you really think one more day is going to break it? It's pretty durable. I am supremely confident I can't break this irreparably. Pretty sure. Like 77% sure. Chris loves his NVIDIA problems. This is true. This is very true. So some people probably might be wondering, why in the hell did Titus just purge the NVIDIA and NVIDIA.LTS when he's using LTS? Well, the reasoning behind here is DKMS is a module that gets tacked on after the kernel. And if you use the DKMS packages, it actually should load that module, whether it's an LTS or regular Arch. So technically, this should just work. Maybe not. I have another graphics card we could try if this goes badly. But it's gonna work. Oh, you know what it could be? I have 2 GPUs. That could be a problem. I can rip one of those GPUs out. From your standpoint, is there a better platform to watch your streams from you to support Twitch or YouTube? Doesn't really matter. Whichever you like better. I don't really make much money from the streams themselves. So, whatever you're feeling, whatever's easier for you. I mainly do them just so I can have them. My selfish reason for streaming is just so I have record that I can go back like a year from now and go, oh my God, look at this moron try to install Hyprland and fail because he's using an NVIDIA driver. Oh, what a noob. So yeah, I actually do it for myself. So most of the streams I just kind of like to have for historical references and also kind of just get like the raw experience, the raw Linux experience instead of like the curated 10-minute YouTube video experience. And that's really the purpose of the streams. Jalopy, what's happening, brother? Been a minute. All right, we're going to give it a reboot. Now, I think we're going to go to the regular Arch kernel and not LTS. I think LTS would work, but just to rule that out too, we're going to try not to do old LTS. Also, our auto login probably is not going to work either. So I'm probably going to have to modify my auto login, but we'll find out on that. How am I doing? Good, man. Good. Yeah, no complaints. As good as I can do. Oh, the old wolf. Old wolf security. Let's go. All righty. Now, well, my keyboard's not working. Damn it, wolf. Why you gotta do this to me? Don't worry. I put a long delay on that. 1 sec. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened with that. On the reboot, for some odd reason, my keyboard stopped working. I blame HP. Damn it, HP. Does this mean the return of streams? I don't know, man. If I have something to stream, I'm definitely gonna stream it. Like I wanted a record of this Hyprland in 2025. I wanted a video saying I tried to install Hyprland in 2025, and this is that video. Damn. All right. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's true. Corsair could have done malware through this keyboard. I'm not a huge fan. Huh. Okay. So let's try this again. So instead of Hyprland, we need this Hyprland UWSM managed. And then maybe something. That's underwhelming. That is unfortunate. Yeah, no, it's just a black screen. Anytime you see no input signal, that means I got nothing on my screen. Huh. Now, Hyprland says it's running. It's just not working. Well, then, I think we need to do some more configuration. Let's just kill everything from my user, spit us back to the screen. We'll go back into old DWM. And then let's try to modify a few things here. Some of my color schemes are a little off after this too. So we'll take a peek here. Let's go to the Hyprland wiki. Try and do some old reading. First thing I'm going to do is double check our NVIDIA settings. I feel like it's an NVIDIA issue. Just got, I can feel it in my bones. NVIDIA's to blame here. Because when in doubt, it's usually an NVIDIA problem. So first off, we're using the DKMS modules, which is fine. Proprietary, yep. There are pros and cons, but generally it's recommended to use the DKMS package. We did switch to that. All right, cool. Like that, like that. And then install the following packages. Yep, yep. And that's on Ubuntu. That's fine. So now we have DRM kernel mode setting. Let's look at our MK init CPIO. Make sure that's looking good. Let's go there. CPIO.com. Well, that could be a problem. Well, that looks like a problem to me. Hot dog. Easy peasy. It should be an easy fix, guys. Look at that. For you literate people out there, bam. I feel like that syntax is not 100% correct, though. The dots, I don't think, are needed. Yeah. I think we can just go... yeah. Let's come back here. Yeah. What do we think of that syntax? Y'all, that looks pretty good. That looks like that would give us some love. Nice. Next up, let's look at Mod Probe and get some NVIDIA. Templar, thanks for the super chat, man. Ooh. Also. Oh, wow, that's just super weird. All right, well. I meant to look up this earlier, too. So I think the script works pretty well, but I want to say it's probably going to be an issue with NVIDIA. Fake BizPrez, thanks for the 5 Titus Tech memberships over on YouTube. And Templar, thanks so much for the Hyprland with NVIDIA is not officially supported, but it can be done. Good call. I'm going to give him a thumbs up on that too. So yeah, Hyprland is actually not officially supporting NVIDIA, but there is... we can get it working. We can get it working. Yeah, AMD is much easier. You're going to have a hell of a lot easier time. But let's follow the instructions here. Before we just give up, I mean, come on, we aren't quitters. A few errors isn't going to cause us not to do it, right? Oh, it looks like I already did something here. It looks like I already had that in. Nice. Add these variables to your Hyprland config. Now, I want to say, we look at our .config. I think everything's in Hyper, right? Let's see if we can't find that Hyprland config. I have an idea. I bet you they like... oh. Yeah. So the default configs would be in the configs directory, I guess. Is there an NVIDIA? Okay, there's all the user stuff. Settings. So let's go to configs dash settings. Should have everything. So configs dash settings. Right. Well, that's not entirely helpful. But then you got the initial boot. Let's look for those in video, right? Do we have NVIDIA somewhere in here? No, we don't. All right. Screw it. Let's just add it to the direct Hyprland file. Worst case, we're doubling up on the environment variables here. Wouldn't hurt anything. Shouldn't hurt anything. All right, there we go. That's done. Install a few packages. I'm sure that's good. VA hardware acceleration. Add this variable. All right, lib VA driver. All right, let's do that. Make sure that's installed. Yeah, it's installed. We don't need to reinstall, right? Old version, new version? Nah, we're good. And then we're just going to add the NVD back end to the config. Should be relatively straightforward. Other issues? Nah, we got this. Alrighty, let's give it an old reboot. Before we reboot, actually, though, let's change that auto login. What would the session be? Let's do ls user. Where the hell's Wayland sessions at? Is it share? I can't remember. Wayland session. I know it's like X session, right? But Wayland session, maybe it's Way session. That'd be too easy. Wayland dash sessions. That sounds like some good stuff. Yeah. That's what we want. We're in Hyprland. UWS. I just didn't know what this new syntax is. Someone in chat was like, "You make sure you use Hyprland UWSM." Newness. So let's give that a whirl. All right, here we go. Oh, shoot. I forgot to rebuild the init RAM FS. Oh, no. All right. Well, we're going to do an MK init CPIO. My bad there. Yep. Chat's completely right on that one. Hey, Adam. What's up, man? Purge all the trash you got in .config hyper and just start over. I did. Before I did all this, I did the hyper. Oh, man. My computer's making a weird noise. I'm sure it's fine. All right. It'd be funny if it just booted in anyways, but I probably won't. It's on the wolf for a little bit longer than I anticipated. No, yeah. We knew that wasn't going to work. Well, maybe. Nah. All right, let's come. There we go. All right, well, let's just do this again. Let's just go sudo mk init CPIO-P, right? Let's just rebuild this sucker. As we did those additions. So we need to rebuild this, and hopefully we should get some love. All right. Don't use UWSM, by the way. Oh, man. Somebody... All right. Well, let's use UWSM first and then not use it. Did you remove the System D from this Arch install? No. Yeah, I'm still rocking System D. Is what was it? We used Artix Linux, which is like Arch based with a I want to say that I was using OpenRC is what I settled on, or maybe it was Run It. I couldn't remember the init system I ended up using. Much more of a hassle to launch apps. I got you. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it should always be in the live stream section. It always gets unlisted. YouTube hates live streams, so everything gets unlisted afterwards. But I always put it in the unedited live stream section. So if you ever want to see the raw content, you can always go over to Titus Tech Talk on YouTube, and then if you go to the channel page, you can sort by playlists and stuff, and then you'll see every live stream I've ever done. Well, shucks. Well, let's try now UWSM. Give me TTY. There we go. We're going to just go and... Oh, you know what? Let's just pkill user Titus. Kick us back to SDDM login prompt. Let's just select Hyprland manually. So instead of UWSM managed, we're going to go just regular Hyprland. And... yeah. Nothing. Damn. Yeah, the two GPUs I think are... Well, one of them is blacklisted. So it's blocked from loading through the thing. I can rip it out, though. I'm not really using pass-through much anymore. Well, what else? What else can I do here? Well, what's your current goal? Have a functional system, I think, probably is my current. Let's just pkill Hyprland. It's gonna spit me back too, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, darn it. Yeah, we could do the 7800 XT. The problem I was having and why I switched to the NVIDIA section was the 7800 XT was causing issues with... Oh, that's right. It wasn't utilizing the full potential of the card. So I was like, that's not going to work. Yeah, we could go NVIDIA DRM mode set 1 and FB dev equals 1 or set. Well, let's check. Let's check. It's worth looking at. What is our current module settings? Okay. Yeah, yeah. There's NVIDIA DRM mode set equals 1, and then we have NVIDIA underscore DRM FB dev equals 1. So those are set. 6.13 kernel fixed the 7800 XT for my buddy. Yeah, it's been about, I always tell people about a year after hardware is released, it's like perfect on Linux. It's like the sweet spot. So I'm definitely going to switch back because not having to deal with NVIDIA's kernel modules would be choice. I always tell people if you're really trying to main Linux for most things, then you really want AMD. It's just a much better experience overall. Okay. I did for a while use BSPWM, but I like DWM a lot. It's just so darn simplistic. Like I love DWM. From a stability and standpoint, you just can't beat it. It's ugly as all sin, I'll give you that. But damn, you just can't like I never have to worry about not having a working system because it's just like, oh, well, I'll just go back to DWM and it always loads every time. Every single time it loads. Now, it's not the prettiest thing, and it looks like something from the 90s. It probably was from the 90s. But damn, stuff working. It's nice. Yeah, so what do we think here? How about we just, well, let's just rip out the 1660, right? That should be pretty simple. I mean, we have all these for passing through in our grub. We could just do that. Boom. We're now set to go. Let's get rid of that for the pass through. Just rip out that card. Yeah. Let's just do that. Come on. Let's get it. 1 second. We're just going to rip this out real fast. Don't know if I have an overhead cam. Well, I guess I could just pull it up on my lap, maybe. Or the cable's going to stretch. Let's find out. Holy shit, this thing's heavy. Just a little bit more. It's okay. Yeah. We're just going to pull that guy off. We're just going to pop that up. Could do it in my sleep. System doesn't boot afterwards. All right. There's that card. There's the 1660. Bam. Gotta learn the server's quick release. All right. Where's the power cable? Power cable. There it is. All right. Shit. Is it not turning on? Well, that's not good. Let's press the power button again. Maybe it was just warming up. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing to worry about. Just had to give a little suspense. Of course, that's just gonna work. How many computers? I've been doing IT for 20 something years. You think I'm gonna brick a system on a live stream? Come on now. Come on now. I mean, it could happen. I was a little worried there, but still. Of course, you're worried about that. Oh, Lordy. Alrighty. Yeah, that was good. That was good. All right. I bet you this still doesn't work, though. You've been breaking system for 20 plus years. Got to break a few to know how to fix them, right? Yeah, we did switch to DKAMS. Man, I was just kind of like hoping it'd just pop up, you know? I was just hoping. But alas. I think what we're gonna do with like our Vim here, or the login, let's just get rid of our auto login altogether. Now, uh-oh. Technical difficulties. 1 second. I think something got him. Ah, man. Where'd that go? No, no. Ah, ah. There we go. There. Ah, perfect. Helps if you plug in your mouse. Now, well, we could try regular Hyprland. Let's see what that does. Well, not a lot. Hmm. Yeah, let's run it at TTY. I agree with that. Let's just go Hyprland here. And then it doesn't look like it's working. It fails. But if we kill it, now we should be able to see what happened, right? Maybe. right, we're just going to kill that. Let's go over to TTY4. Now, what happened? What is our issue with this? We still get the IO error, Wayland, broken pipe. Error reading events from display, broken pipe. GLFW error 65544. Oh, okay. So now instead of using NVIDIA DKMS, let's use NVIDIA-open-DKMS. All right, here we go. Oh, Vaxry's, God bless him. I love Vaxry. He's so patient with me. I've always had good experiences with him. If I was him, I'd be like, I don't want to talk to that guy. That jackass is always screwing something up. I love Vaxry. but I've had such a bad. I have always had a lot of just off the wall, weird shenanigans anytime I try Hyprland. God bless him. But I love Hyprland. I don't take this as I think in the perfect setup, Hyprland works great for a lot of people. I just so happen to have just a really funky setup. What? It's not NVIDIA? Don't do anything? What? Whoa, AH says he found the issue. Don't. GSP firmware is slow. It's not NVIDIA. Don't do anything. Yes, I think I am to blame for everything. Go to config, user configs, monitors.conf. Get rid of monitor HRR auto 1. It's trying to use more than 60 hertz. Oh, shoot. You're right. AH is right. I think so. I still like the idea of the open DKMS, and I think I will actually, once we get this fixed, break it again. Because that's what I do. So let's go hyper. Let's go user configs monitors. Give me some monitor action. Yeah, you're right. Look at that. So preferred. Let's use 60. So instead of auto, well, no, auto's there. So instead of preferred, let's go monitor. Oh, no. Delete tell, comma. Let's go 1920 by 1080 at 60. God's resolution. Yeah. There we go. What do we think of that? All right. This doesn't fail. Then we'll switch to NVIDIA. Get rid of NVIDIA-DKMS and go NVIDIA-open-DKMS. All right. I think this is the issue, though. I've got a good feeling. All right. Well, the screen didn't go black. So we got that going for us. Well, let's do a what is it? WLR render? And then find and go plug in the monitor source now. Feel like it's doing something though. Did I just break it? Give me TTY. Oh, okay. Use Hyper CTL monitors. Okay, good call. Dang. Some reason my TTY is not working. No, nothing. Nothing. It's fine. Okay. One more time. Actually, I think we can just go Vim. Go here. So this is what we have right now. Now there's that comma after monitors, but we should be specifying the name of the monitor. I want to say it's probably like HDMI A-1 kind of thing, but someone put Hyper CTL monitors. Not set. Yeah, you can't use that. We're in, oh, God bless. Yeah, issue here is we're in TTY, and TTY can't read the monitors in there. I feel like we don't need to. Let's just reboot. Let's just reboot. I feel like we've made enough changes. I feel like a reboot's in order. Oh, we got a crypto bro in YouTube chat. Time to ban you. Goodbye, Ryan. Once I get my mouse back. Oh no. Is that not? What happened there? Dude, I just have everything breaking today. Always have a backup monitor and a backup thing, but you know. Oh, where's it at? There you are. There's the. There we go. Where's the ban hammer? Hide user. Goodbye. Hypercoin dropping. uh, oh, jeez. Well, not one thing, it's another, I tell you. Yeah, we actually removed the NVIDIA 1660. So that's no longer there. All we have in the system now is the NVIDIA 4070 Super. So we ripped that out. I still like Grub. You know, I still like Grub more than System Deboot. I've never really switched too much in that from. Yeah, it's fun fact. You'd think System Deboot would actually be faster, but it's really not. So yeah, kind of crazy. All right, let's just try and boot directly in from SDDM using just Hyprland. The keyboard stopped working. Sure, that's not important. You know what? I'm kind of glad there's not a secondary monitor down here. All right. Give me. Ah, here we go. All right. Whoa! What is this? Hey, hey, hey. We've got on the desktop now. We're there. All right. What's the first order of business here? Let's first thing I want to try, can I actually what? Like the whole purpose of this whole Synergy 3 said they were Wayland supported. Lame. It just works. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well. Yeah, I've used land mouse too, AH. It's a little jank, but it works. They had their fingers crossed when they said that. Well, yeah, actually, I think a rep from Synergy reached out to me and was like, hey, we have Wayland support now. I feel like Maury. That was a lie. Oh goodness. Let's launch some Chrome. What about that bar up there? Let's change a few things, right? I kind of like the bar. Let's some of the default config. I'm a huge fan of. Oh, actually, I think there's yeah. User keybinds. Here we go. Interesting. The big thing I kind of want to change here. I used to use Kitty all the time, but Alacrity. Let's do that. Now, let's go user keybind. Yeah, now we're in Alacrity. Yeah. What else do we have? I probably will change this Rofi menu too. I'm not a huge fan of that one. But I mean, the rest of this is actually pretty darn good. What about... Oh, this crappy keyboard's volume button's working. It's the little things in life, really. Nice. Mod Z for Zoom. Let's get rid of that. Instead of control return, is that based on anything? Actually, I don't know. I forgot about that. You can do that for terminal. For the drop down, okay. That's cool. So let's just get rid of that. Yeah. Just gonna rebind a few things here. Let's take this. We're gonna just do Explore. Google Chrome for this. Let's go B. This is gonna conflict with the system one though. 1 second here. Where's the system binds? Default keybinds. Let's go. Mod H is help. Let's just rebind that to F1. Let's rebind a few other things to kind of, just for my sanity. There's a couple basic keybinds I like. For like Waybar and stuff, I'm fine with these style changes, but to hide and show it, I kind of want to just change that. So, there's a less blur too in here. So let's look at that. Change blur settings is Shift B. Let's go Control Shift. Let's go CTRL Shift. So then B. More blur, less blur. Cool. Like it. Mod E for quick edit. Let's change that to an H for Hyprland settings. Makes more sense to me. Main issue with that is for the files. Using T is crazy. Mod E is kind of what I like to bind for that. And how are we feeling about everything? Let me check in with chat. Transition towards, oh yeah, Adam. All right, well, now we got everything working, right? Let's just change a few things. Let's break some. Let's break it now that we've fixed it. You gotta love it. And I also kind of want to troubleshoot that Synergy. Synergy 3 should be Wayland compatible now. It's like the whole point I wanted to do this. So what do we have installed? So we have 3.079 installed right now. Let's try to go Synergy 3 bin. That's a 3.2.1. That looks to be the latest and greatest. So let's go Synergy 3-bin. Now, that will need to overwrite the old package. So fingers crossed, it's going to say, let's delete the old package. Maybe. We'll see. Hey, Chris, do you keep backups? Absolutely. Time shift is usually what I use. Waynergy doesn't work. Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Yes, remove that for me. Beautiful Arch Pac-Man system. Lovely. So now, ooh, you know what? Okay. We need to change one more thing. I just did it. So for Rofi, mod A for overview. Oh, that just shows me what's open. That's kind of cool. I like that. But I like, instead of mod D for the Rofi menu, I kind of like a mod R. Right? Let's go cap R, just so we have that. All right, so now we got our Rofi menu. Let's launch some old Synergy. Oh. It's experimental, so you'll see bugs. Okay, continue. Save and start. Something went wrong. cause. No such file. Blah, blah, blah. Ignore. Server right. Okay, cool. 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 It's going to be the primary. Yeah. Little buggy. A little bit on the buggy side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we might have to hard code that. I think I can get it working though. Yeah, I think we do have libei. Libei. Yeah, libei is installed, so we're good. Yeah, it does need libei to work. So it does not support like Ubuntu and older versions of Debian. I don't think have libei. So you got to watch. Got to be on the pretty much bleeding edge right now because the support's just now hitting with Wayland and Synergy. But we'll see. There's always land mouse as a backup. Yeah. Let's try the NVIDIA. I think it was NVIDIA Open DKMS. Cool. Yep, let's remove that. Let's do this. So we got everything working. Let's break some stuff. Here we go. Hold on your butts. Let's roll. Hey, Rux. Yeah, things been all right, man. Been making it through. Not just libei, libportal as well. All right. We'll try some libportal after this as well. How often am I going to live stream? I'm not going to make like a schedule. It's just when something cool is going to go down or something I need a documentation on. That's what I'm going to live stream. So today I was like, dude, I think we need to revisit Hyprland. It's time. We got to eventually move from Xorg on to Wayland. Eventually it's going to happen. And I found this new project from Cool's Dots, I guess. I can't remember the exact one. And it works amazingly well on Ubuntu. And this is the Arch install. Even though this has been a little bit rocky, overall, you know, not too bad. If I had paid more attention to my refresh rate, hell, it may have just been working. I did all that work for nothing. So I think if my config file, what it was trying to do is probably ramp it up to a higher refresh rate when it should have just been at 60 hertz because I'm doing screen capture and things. We would have been on the desktop way sooner. So thanks AH for pointing that out. Yeah, Igor, I think we're getting close to getting synergy there, or land mouse does work. It's a little janky, but it does work. So I will say land mouse is the first to do it on Wayland. And I kind of want to see that as well. All right, so we got our, looks like MK in it, build itself too. And we should be on the NVIDIA Open DKMS module now. Let's give it a reboot and see. Did we fix our auto login? I can't remember. Oops. Let's go etc. Yeah, we did. All right. Oh, let's see this new menu. This is another thing. This guy puts so much effort into this. I mean, say what you will. There is no sexier window manager than Hyprland when people have been pimping it out, because dang, it's always impressive to me. If I can just get it stable, I will totally move to it. But me and stable don't usually go well in the same sentence. Something has to be really solid for me to use it for an extended period of time. Really, really, really solid. So, yeah. I'll always try something, but I often get the comment, well, it works fine for me. And I'm like, yeah, but you probably don't do what I do. And if I give something the sign off and say, hey, this works pretty darn well, you can almost guarantee it works pretty darn well. I don't give that sign off very often, though. Chris Arch Hyprland, not stable. Well, historically speaking, you're right, Raz, but I don't know. 2025 is a new year. I think we're turning over a new leaf. And this is the year of Wayland. Maybe. But if it doesn't work, we could always go back to DWM. You know, there's that too. I think a lot of people get too tied to like a certain. I think that's why I don't like desktop environments very much anymore, like KDE or GNOME, because inevitably you can really break them. Like if you have a really bad update and you're trying to revert back, there's just so many moving parts to them that when they break, I mean, they really break. And when you have like a broken window manager, it really doesn't matter because then you can just use another window manager. So it's not like the end of the world. Kind of figured we get like a bar on the startup, right? Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Huh. So Waybar's not there anymore. I mean, okay, yeah. Waybar dead. What happened? Waybar no likey the new open DKMS module, I think. Unfortunate. Can I just say it now? Can I just say it now? Is it too early to say this? I told you Xorg with DWM is more stable. It just is. The shit just works all the time. I love the enthusiasm of Wayland. I love the Wayland community. But we are officially like 2 hours into this live stream. Do I need to say it? I don't think I need to say it. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's fancy. It's beautiful. But I don't think it's nearly as stable as most people make it out to be, right? Come on. Come on now. Sure shit isn't with NVIDIA, that's for sure. Anyways, I hate to state the obvious, but I will get that comment that goes, NVIDIA is just as stable with Wayland than anything else, or it works fine for me. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It can get configured and you can kind of get it going like we did. But shit ain't nearly as stable as what's already out there. Come on now. Skill issue. Probably right. Probably right. Yeah. Probably a more minimal Hyprland config. Agreed. But it's kind of funny. Anyways, what do we got? So we do have a few errors. We could probably work through this. Now, it could be the open. I'm pretty sure it's the open DKMS that's causing these errors, because we did switch to that, and that's what then Waybar started crashing on us. So let's switch back, I guess, and see what happens. Yeah, I like the simplicity of Debian, but don't like the outdatedness. I know, Whiskey. Can we have our cake and eat it too? I mean, kind of. The idea, like, yeah, if you just do, like, on my laptop that I'm always taking places, like if I go to work or something like that, I have my laptop and I usually just do like a Debian spin on that. And it's a very stable experience because I'm not constantly updating. It's older packages. And then if I need something new, I just build from source. So that's like my stable environment that I don't really mess with. This out here is more of a, hey, let's go. Let's just try it all. Anyways, let's switch back to NVIDIA DKMS. We'll go ahead and purge this. And let's see if Waybar crashes on us with the old DKMS. Shenanigans. Yeah, Debian unstable with back. I ran Debian SID for a long time too, which has pretty close to up to date too. But it's not, you just don't get nearly. I still love Arch probably the most, just for tinkering. But Debian's always going to be more stable. It just, that's what Debian is. It comes with a little bit of sacrifice, but if you're like doing actual work on your system, like, hey, I always need this to work 100% of the time, I probably would recommend Debian more than Arch for most people. That said, I do love Arch a lot. It's just fun to tinker with, because you get all the latest and greatest, all the bleeding edge at like a push of a button. And you're like, oh, let's try that out. And then you're like, oh, well, that doesn't work so well. Let me go back to the older version. And then you can flip flop back and forth. Definitely snapshots, big time. And it's not to say you can't make Arch stable. It's just the margin for error greatly is reduced in Arch, meaning it's very easy to really blow Arch up in comparison to the Debian counterpart. So that's why I'm always like, there's options. I think the other thing too, as I get older, I kind of learn this as well. What is up with that? See the ZST error right there? No space left on the device. Wait a second. Wait a second here. Well, this might not have been an open error. Did this do this last time? Let's see what our boot device has. Did our boot device run out of space? Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Indeed. That's what happened. Let's not reboot the system. That would be not good. That would be muy no bueno. No. All right. Well, let's just purge some packages here. What do we have? Delete. That looks fine. Okay. Let's go. Let's just rebuild that real fast. It'd be fine now. There we go. Cleared out a bunch of space. Should be good to go. Yeah, I should probably start using 1 gig for boot, especially since I don't separate my EFI to another partition. But yeah, these days I would definitely go 1 gig for boot. As we saw, 600 megs was not enough, especially if you're using 2 modules like I was with LTS and regular. Now I purged LTS and the other modules with it, so we have plenty of space now. But I would like to have LTS just in case things go awry. Yeah, and I probably would have done an install again just for surety. I agree with that statement as well. So, yeah. I wonder, like sometimes when my system boots, it still doesn't work that well. Ah, well. Anyways, yeah, sometimes when my system boots, my keyboard doesn't work, and sometimes it does. And that's even with, at least it sometimes works now by disabling fast boot, but damn it, HP, what's going on with your BIOS? We could run top grade, see if there's maybe an upgrade to the firmware. That'd be fun. Oh, yeah, I think we didn't upgrade Grub, did we? Yeah. That might be it as well. All right, well, that did not fix our bar issue. Huh. Failed to issue, I notify. Too many open files. All right, so maybe it wasn't a open DKMS issue. That was not the problem. Already. Let's fix that grub before I forget. Yeah, we're just gonna redo that grub with some of the changes we've made. Now, what else do we got? Close some files, easy. Well, we shouldn't really have that many open files, right? Why do you have 2 Windows installs for science? One's for a dual boot, one's for a pass through to a QEMU instance. Is QEMU KVM more performant without GPU pass through on Linux? No. I always think GPU pass through is going to be more performant. I mean, we can do it. I don't think it's necessary to the MK init CPIO, but I mean, it doesn't really hurt anything either. Will I have Windows at all? Hey, man, got to remember a lot of my content's Windows based. Yeah, the old WayBar not working so well for me. How to fix WayBar? So WayBar, no working. Did that break my system? It might have. Huh. Well, that didn't work. GNOME firmware. All right, let's try GNOME firmware. Usually top grade. Yeah, GNOME firmwares are actually already installed. See what we got. Let's go. HP system firmware. What do we got? Looks like we're all up to date. Maybe. Secure boot needs a release. I think we're going to take a hard pass on that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're on the latest firmware from the old Wolf. That's part of UEFI. Update it. All right. Well, God bless. You can make me do updates on stream too. Firmware updates? Doesn't seem like a good idea. Sure. Why not? For science. The update requires a reboot. Sure. What's the benefit of Hyprland over DWM? Chris, that's a great question. I often ask myself that same question. I guess cool animations and Wayland and anime girls is the correct answer to that question. Half serious on that answer too. I mean, that is reason enough for many. Yeah. I mean, hey, it does work, by the way. Doing that grub update was a good idea. DWL I'm doing. Been a long time since you mentioned it. You know, DWL probably will be that. I think the big thing for me is getting Synergy 3 working. And if Synergy 3 starts working in Wayland, I'll probably just switch to DWL. In all seriousness, I don't really care about like the cool animations and a lot of the whiz-bang features of Hyprland. Most of like the animations and all the cool sexiness of Hyprland ends up making it less stable. And, you know, it's where like if you just have a really slick, small binary, there's just less chance of things going wrong. So probably DWL will probably be what I'll end up on. I just never want to give up on Hyprland because it does look awesome. Like this looks great. And it's almost there. Now, I think there was like libportal we need to look at as well. Because I did want to get that working. Let's try just libportal. Oh, libportal was not there. That is required by Synology. So that might have been the reason why Synergy wasn't working. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So if we go primary server. Okay. No such file. Open such file, login info. I don't think we really need login info though. Let's do a touch. Maybe we just need a camel case for the login info. Kind of weird. No report was sent. Okay. Oh, so there's no synergy anywhere in here, huh? Really? Oh, there is not. Hmm. I wonder why that wants to do. Well, we could just launch it as sudo and just be done with it. Let's do that. Can we just do synergy? Well, I'm just looking at this synergy problem real fast. I just want to know, how do they launch in this new synergy? OPT synergy. Okay. So go sudo OPT synergy. Running as root with no sandbox is not supported. All right. Well, we can just modify the permissions of VTC and just not exactly not exactly the way I'd go for it, but here we are. All right, take it easy, Raz. So we created the folder synergy in here, right? We could just give it read write privs. It's kind of gross and dirty, but right now it's like 755 for the permissions. We could go 775. Yeah, let's just do that. See if that works. Let's just go chmod 775 and we're going to go synergy. Now let's launch into synergy. It should have write privs. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Permission denied. No report sent. So the background service is not able to write to it. Okay. A bash RC. Probably me fat fingering something. I have a bash RC. I mean, I have been using this for a while now. What is that? Sometime in September, I was doing something. What is bashed at bash RC? Huh. Yeah, I have no idea what I was doing there. Some kind of auto completion BS. Ooh, I gave it to the folder, not the file. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So now if we look at our synergy privileges, that should be, yeah. So we have root, but we do have users with right privs now to synergy. So technically, that should work. I mean, this is so dirty, though. You should never do this. Nah, permission still denied. Let's look at that service that's, there's a Synology service that's using this. Maybe we can just make it owner. And let's go sudo sysctl. Let's look up that Synergy service. What service is it? The background running. Well, I don't think this is actually going to show me jack. Why do I have snapper when I'm using time shift? Other questions I can't answer. I wonder what the Synergy service is. Seamless.com Synergy Wayland support. Let's look that up. Yeah. When in doubt, let's pull up our browser. Pull up our browser. Pull up our browser. Okay, well, seemed to work. Looks like I did it once. All right. So we've got libei in here. We've got that. All right, cool. And we got libportal libraries. We're on Arch. Ah. Might have to tinker with this offline. Oh, did I just do Google Chrome? I thought I did Google Chrome for that binding. Let's see. Maybe it's like Google Chrome -stable. Oh, yeah. Just needs the -stable on it. Libportal Qt, maybe. I think I'm missing some. I think it's a dependency. It's just, it seems like there's something just, I'm so close. But I know sometimes it's like, oh, yes, just doesn't quite get it, but it's just still going to give me that error for permissions. Yeah. We got to fix that permission error for the login info. Gosh. Background service problem synergy 3. Okay, let's try that. Come on, chat. Here we go. We got this. Complete reinstall. All right, that's fine. Synergy service does not exist in my system D, so that's a problem. Okay. So let's exit. Let's exit that. Okay. Boom. Unloaded. Let's take this over here. Okay. That's fine. Now I guess I don't see any errors with that. It doesn't look. So now let's try Synergy again. Well, we didn't get an error. So that did do something. But alas, we do not have any love on the Synergy side of things. There could be like more Wayland configuration that I need to look at because I think this was my Xorg file. So I bet you there's a Synergy section of this that I need to look at. So let's take off this, go here, and say, hey, this should be up here. Keyboard and mouse. Let's try and do it with just the GUI. Feels anti-Linuxy to me, but you know, we've got that. Local settings, bam. That's good. Local networking, keep alive. Yep. Security, no TLS. Yep. And great. So now we have that. Can we just restart the server now? Restart? Oh, that would have been nice. What is the best window manager? Most reliable is going to be DWM. I will always say that probably till the day I die. It's just so minimal, so simple, so basic, and it just works. And I've said that so many times. I'm like a broken record. Yeah, let's look for Synergy S backend service probably. There's got to be a backend service. Something. It's close. It's so close too. Let's see what we have. So this is the backend service. So we did the Synergy service -u I that did fix our error that we were having with the permissions error, but we now have other issues. I wonder, what if we just go exit? Let's go Synergy. I think it's Synergy Core, wasn't it? All right, let's go cd opt Synergy. So you have Synergy Service, Synergy Core, and I think you can go server, and that should start the server to give you, oh man, it's so close. It's right there. I got nothing running. What's your take on i3 window manager? I'm new to window manager. Which one's best for you? So here's a cool thing to know, and kind of like I kind of go all over the place just to try out new things, but um, I think it's probably best put by like the Primogen, and I think there's a few other. That whole programmer group uses i3, and a lot of times a very basic distro on top of i3 on top of a really basic distro. And the reason why that whole group of programming like content creators use that is because the stock config out of that is somewhat sane, and they don't have to do much configuration or almost any configuration at all. They just use the basic settings and it works for them. So that's why i3 can be good for users. Like you can just use the stock config and it's not awful. I just don't particularly like it. I like to tinker, obviously. And i3 just kind of feels ugh to me. But if i3 works for you, I think it's a fantastic window manager for stock settings. And if you just need a window manager, it's probably the most basic, most common, most popular out there. Brian wants to change to Sway, but he's too lazy. I get that. DWM stock is hell. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point as well. What's your take on Cosmic? Well, Cosmic's an interesting beast in its own. I really like the direction of it. And I like the idea of Cosmic. They, I think, got some bad press recently because there was a bunch of memory leaks and it was causing it to take up a ton of memory, which shouldn't be possible since Cosmic's made exclusively in Rust. So it was a little bit of like egg on your face kind of situation going on with Cosmic because it became very, very bloated and it used gigabytes of memory and just gobbled up a whole bunch of stuff, which it should never have been able to do. So it got a lot of bad press for that. It also kind of showed everyone in the Linux community is like, hey, Rust necessarily isn't as bulletproof as you think it is. And I think a lot of the the C chads out there jumped on that bandwagon and was just like, see, who's memory insecure now? Who has the memory leaks now? So it was kind of a funny back and forth with Cosmic. I still have high hopes for Cosmic and I still support Cosmic. I think it's going to be a very good alternative because I really hate GNOME, and KDE um, just can be a little too buggy and have issues. I hate its indexer like blue. I hate the software suite with KDE. I think KDE still has probably the most sane for like a noob, and especially from a noob coming from Windows. So KDE always will hold a special place in my heart, but I can never really use it because of I mean I can use it, but it's not my first pick. Let's just say that. Staying on KDE for extended periods of time, if you update a whole bunch, you're just going to run into some bad updates. They're not the best. I still like it okay for a desktop environment, but that's why I kind of want Cosmic to succeed, and I really do think they could, and it just needs a lot more polish. And since they're like developing it all out in the open in alpha state, it's kind of like, eesh. Yeah, you're going to get some bad press from time to time. Yeah. Yeah, memory leaks and memory security is not exactly the same thing, though. Agreed, Hawk. I think there's a lot of pushback you can do here. I'm not saying Rust is a bad language by any mean. It's I think yeah, put it like Joe puts it. Rust doesn't save you from writing bad code, just unsafe code, and I like that. That's a good point to say as well. So yeah, but yeah, I think Cosmic's going to go places. I do. I just know there's going to be bumps along the way, and nothing's ever just a straight line to your finish. And KDE is fine. Yeah, agreed. And KDE is still probably my top desktop environment that I recommend to people. Like if I had to like say, hey Titus, what is your most recommended desktop environment? KDE would still be at the top of that list. And it's the if I was like had a gun to my head and said, hey, you have to choose one desktop environment, which one would you choose? It would still be KDE. So that's my thoughts there. Yeah. But all good questions. I need to pop this out. Let's see. Let's try some window action. Oh, well, there's floating windows. All right. Can I snap? Snap? Not so much. Maybe what's the hotkey for that? 1 second. Hotkey for floating. Full screen, fake full screen. No float, toggle float. Shift F. Okay. What's tiling? I thought there would be a title hotkey. Surely that's there. All right, well, let's go here. Ah, hot damn. We're cooking. So then I want to split this. What's that look like? I'm drunk, but I did hear you talk about KD. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 0. Oh, man. Zen browser. Yeah, man, I'm so sick of browsers. I hate all browsers. I just wish I had like a really stable browser that just, the browser scene's just so rough for me. What do you prefer, GTK or Qt? I like GTK's theming and just overall GTK in general. I think it's really good. What about this? I don't like this fade effect too much. Let's see. What does that look like? Window rules. That sounds promising. Nah. Disregard. That's not as promising as I hoped. If I was... it's a decoration. Yeah. Inactive window. Well, let's go gaps. Yeah. Let's reduce some of them gaps. Rounding, a little bit much on the rounding. We can give it a little bit of round. Inactive opacity. Oh, that's really opaque now. I wonder why that's like more than one and that's something. Huh. Oh. Oh, that's weird. Sorry, I'm just playing now. The guy that made this is probably like, oh god, he's destroying my baby. He's making it look ugly and square. Yeah. Why do you always use other people's dot files instead of just installing fresh and reading the documentation? I assume it's all for entertainment, but most of your issues come from using other people's configs and not reading the docs. Spike, you make a damn good point. This is probably the best first chat of all time here. Spike shader. Oh, let's pop that out. Can I pop it out? Ooh. But yes, this is... Oh, man, I kind of want to make this window bigger. Window adjustment. Maybe it's a right click. Nope. Oh. Oh, yeah, there we go. Got some love. This is great. Look at that. I just wanted to highlight this comment because I kind of love it. It's always for good entertainment, for sure, but mostly laziness, I would say. But I agree with you. This is so, I say it every time. I'm like, I should start from scratch. And then I never do. And then I'm always like, oh, this is so painful. And then in the end, I always get there usually. I think once I become like full in on Wayland, and I make sure like synergy's working and all that's going, I think it's definitely going to change for sure. How can you follow over a year and you just have first time message? Hey, hey, man, that's just some people are lurkers. I think 70-80% of viewership is all lurkers. So, hey, I would just appreciate someone watching me. Where can I find these dots? The dots I use was, I thought I put it in the stream, but maybe not. Let's go. I think they're really good dots, though. We did get to the end here, and I do like a lot of the customizations. And I think some of it, like me picking other people's dots too, other than laziness, and a lot of the problems I have is from the dots and not making my own. I kind of want to see what's possible. And sometimes it's easier just to grab someone else's work and go, oh, that's cool. I like how they did that. And then it kind of registers in your brain. That's what you can do. And that's kind of something I like about this. But that's the gist. Let's go here, I think. Let me get the dots here. What distro are you on? Because the cool thing about this author and why I starred him, recent stars. Where's my recent stars? Ah, Jay Coolit. I'm just going to link you his main page. As you'll find, he has Arch, Fedora, Debian, NixOS, Ubuntu. Boom. There it is. That's where it's coming from. Here, I'll just pin it actually. He has a YouTube channel too, but I'm just going to pin his main thing. It's just a great. I mean, he's dedicated just countless hours. Look at all these contributions he's made specifically to making Hyprland a good Hyprland install script. And a lot of the issues from this stream was specific to me. Oh geez, man, this is so tiny. Can we like oh, I should have got rid of that. Oh well. You guys get it. Was specific to my crappy Fire Legend monitor. Don't buy the cheapest monitor off of Amazon. Don't be like me and buy your 120 fell off the back of the truck monitor special like I have, because it is just, well, bad. Alex like, larger. Dude, I need to just go. Can we just do chat? Yeah. Let's go larger. There we go. Full old man mode here. There we go. But overall, you know, that's kind of the thoughts process here. Hyprland was pretty good. This is way crazier of a rise. All right, let's see what he got. Can we just do live all chat? Okay, there we go. Let's see what we got. Oh no, there's music here? Okay, no music. Should I speed it up? Okay, so he's got his lo-fi. I mean, that's pretty legit. It almost looks like a video game. And it's a bit too monochrome for my liking, but I like the creativity of it. Makes for a good YouTube video for sure. See now the notifications on the side there, that's pretty slick. I dig it. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people have the tendency to do like rices with a bunch of music. Yeah. But yeah. Oh wow. Look at that screen cap. That's kind of wow. That's wild. Bro put in some time here. Woo. Virgin for sure. That's terrible, man. That's just terrible. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a bit too gimmicky. It's very cool though. It's very, very cool. Oh my word. Uh All right. Well, cool. Well, this was the coming back stream. I thought I wanted to show everything with Hyprland in NVIDIA and kind of like general experience. This is very cool. I think offline, I'm going to work more on Synergy 3, and I have a contact with those guys too. So I'm going to reach out to them and try and get that to work. I think we could get some kind of workflow down to get it going. Won't work with Hyprland right now, by the way. They have a discussion on DeskFlow's GitHub where they said it won't work until they implement input capture. Only works with KDE and GNOME right now. Ah, man. Thanks, Ring Cash, for the update. We're close. We're very, very close. And each time we try Hyprland, I feel like it gets nudged on a little bit, and there's more people writing scripts and doing more tie-ins because, I mean, overall, like, this feels good. And, like, having, like, volume control, like, that's just me using the volume control on my keyboard. And there's a lot of really cool nuance here. So I always, whenever I show these, I know it's always rough around the edges and always people critique this, but I just want to show the raw experience. And even with, like, yeah, if I did a fresh install, it's going to be better. Um, there's just a lot to it. There is a lot to setting up something from fresh too, where this works pretty darn well out of the box, and we could have shaved probably a good hour and a half off of this stream if we would have just fixed the refresh monitor config on Hyprland before trying to boot into it. That would have made this way faster, way better. And on the laptop, it was much more seamless in the Ubuntu Hyprland install as well. So very cool. Yeah, we can raid last miles. We'll do that. All right, guys. I am gonna jump off of YouTube. Twitch, we'll keep going here, and we'll jump on probably raid old last miles. So that sounds good to me. Oh crap. Where's that? All right. Later, you.